page 7. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and good conduct, forgotten knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, forgotten knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, forgotten knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides and said, I am supreme in this world, to you who are wise and I prostrate. With pure bodies formed, supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, dame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you the one gone to thusness I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path is sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you the sublime community intending virtue I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects. With supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous action. Perform only perfect virtuous action. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, a flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing. Subdue the flow of all thoughts, liberate from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of gods, protectors high, to tip of this fresh, pure white, heaped curd-like cloud, Olo Sangdraka Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, supreme merit field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom I sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate years. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light, perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and in vision, offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned eight mundane concerns, made life essence full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable Sangha's essential teachings specially shine forever. Mig me sewe chen raising, tree me kempe wang to jong del yong, du pu malu jum se song wei dan, gang chen ke pei su gen song kao gong, lo sang dra pei shaba so wadem. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in rgyan Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, thus one was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomenon called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Abhisamayalamkara, the bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the venerable Shariputra said to the superior Abhisamayalamkara, the bodhisattva, the great being, How should a child of lineage trained who wishes to engage in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Shara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineages wish to engage in profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form, emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no composition, no factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequal mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, knows the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed, Chaya cha gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisattva. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Abhisamayalamkara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Abhisamayalamkara, the bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis. Jaya ja om gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisattva. Through the power of truth and the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity such as harm hearts be stopped. May they become may they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shanti, kurie, so. The 80,000 tribes of destructors pacified, free from adverse harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness. Bring happiness and well-being here right now. Sashi Bhagi Shuk Shik Meto Tramri Rabling Shi Ni De Genpadi Sangye Jingdu Padu Dake Gapsuchi, Taki Shune Kepe Sonaki, Chola Penche Sange Drupa Shuk, Chola Soki Chomnama, Jamshu Padu Dake Gapsuchi, Taki Shune Kepe Sonangi, Chola Penche Sange Drupa Shuk. Chodak Soki Chomnama, Jamshu Padu Dage Gapsuchi, Taki Shune Kepe Sonangi, Chola Penche Sange Drupa Shuk.
Good evening. 7 o'clock already dark. Then couple of weeks, then 4 o'clock already dark.
Yeah, it's coming. Winter's coming.
Ooh, it's bored. Anyway, it's a wonderful. I want to set up good motivation to benefit all mothers and champions. Therefore, I'm going to study, practice, meditation. Then also I would like to do meditation for emptiness a little while. We already recite the Heart Sutra. The Heart Sutra, they take each or different so tengas, ombongas and so songas, janeta demba matvi, net the song, 5 senses, 5 objects. The Heart Sutra say, the empty, all them. Therefore, the emptiness is not say that nothing exists. Yes, it is exist. How it exists. How they exist and how it appears for us completely different. But really, usually we do not recognize, we don't feel. You go to more details, it's completely different. How they appear for us, how they exist. Therefore, it is exist, but not exist what we see, we hear, we feel. Therefore, how it appears us, we think it is like it isn't. That's it. Also, we are very strong grasp of like that tongue, that kind of thought, then what we say, what we thought, what we do, this is right. If someone says that's not correct, then we don't accept, then we have start problems. Therefore, a little while we do meditation to emptiness. First, just check how it appears us. Secondly, how they exist things, like 2 different ways, okay? First, try to meditation, how it appears as any kind. Ears consciousness, eyes consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, bodies, feeling. Any kind, how it appears for us. Maybe 5 minutes, think about that. Or you can think each one or just one. You don't have to do one by one. now change the thing. How exist things before we do how it plays us. Now how they exist. Tatijala Susana no Chitavio Mare something days on that day.
So after that, just try to stay in the mind, thinking that things do not exist the way they appear to us.
This is how we meditation emptiness. Okay. Okay, try to like this kind of meditation. Right now we don't have much feeling. We don't see things. But it becomes you do more than something. You can, oh yeah, like that. That's it, something. It'll be show up something. Therefore we need to more, familiarize. What exists, what we hear, what we think, that and or really how they exist is completely different. Therefore we always, more familiarized to it's like a wrong way. Therefore it's not easy to change, not easy to understand, but try to do more. Then it will become like used to. Then you really understand or you have some experience about emptiness, then all all our, negative thoughts, sub-graspings, they all slow down. When they slow down, we have attachment, anger, jealousy, hatred, they all slow down. Therefore, emptiness is the key of the reduce all negative karmas. Okay? Okay. Then that nanzo muto jile soja ursa. Muto jile sonde chawda sonde. So muto jile soja ursa.
So we should, now we're going to try to bite the ornament of clear realization. Tough one, but we'll try.
Soja ta ngado pena simche gengo soja wa chipan.
So it'll be like a old animal biting, trying to bite.
The scores bite all the trees, the trash cans, they just make the holes. The ngazu so score solid. Score so the ngazu solid nemba doa. Nemba doa.
The squirrels, they have very strong teeth, right? Do you know that?
Yes.
The that country ngara so pena. Ani chi yi jinde desamji, ani bedeng to jeram bada, ngita tonji jeram bege tendangazo. Ta tikura dondo chigi yore. Lela uji omare.
So we're trying to discuss on the explicit teaching of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra, and also the implicit teachings of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra, commentated through Ornament of Clear Realization. And so that Ornament of Clear Realization is explained in 8 chapters. So now we have gone through the first, second, and third, and we're on the third now, right?
What page number?
21.
Yeah, so we've gone through already the first chapter of the Ornament of Clear Realization. So in general, the first chapter explains about the bodhicitta, and also the aspect of all knowers, knower of all aspect. And so the first path to enter into the Mahayana vehicle, the bodhicitta, right? So that's that which we normally talk about or try to meditate on and so forth. So that's the one that is explained in the first chapter of the Ornament of Clear Realization. So when you have studied the 70 topics, that means you have already studied the Ornament of Clear Realization. So if someone were to ask you a question, the bodhicitta is explained in which chapter of the Ornament of Clear Realization, then without any doubt or consideration, you just say first chapter. First chapter explains the bodhicitta. So there are, of course, there are many things that is explained in the first chapter of the Ornament of Clear Realization, but the one that is well known to us, like bodhicitta, is one of the topics that's explained in the first chapter of the Ornament of Clear Realization. And what about the knower of all aspect? In which chapter is it explained? First chapter.
어, 그렇지. 근데 가생 가서 냠도 또 받은 것도 제가 받았나. 근데 레스 소소 셈씩 삼아요나는 되게 그래.
So, even if you don't have that actual realization, of these topics, but just, being able to understand and know them, intellectually, having the intellectual knowledge, of those topics is very good also.
그렇죠. 애는 배나 샤치고 배나 당고 남체데 남친 되버리지 남체게 다 남체 토발라 아니 샤치고 셈 공고 그래. 애 동반이 공고 그래 송거로 와.
So the know of all aspect, is result, right? So in order to achieve that result, we have to meditate on bodhicitta, meditate on emptiness, right?
근데 이자 아니 다 갑담보 아니 갑니베 가서 아니 레오 말말 아니 돈이 도벨로 아니 람시시 그래스 제반이 빠데.
And then in the second chapter, it explains about know of the path, which is what? Emptiness, right? Wisdom.
근데 이자 아니 레오 남체 도발라 아니 샤치고 셈지 셈베고네 바시 도고 냠네 지가 왔다. 다 나진기 오다 바시 도고 냠네. 대나네 다 바신 담아 아니 돈이 도배 샤랍데 아니 갑니베 갑시 그래스.
And so, in order to achieve the know of all aspect, you have to train in the know of the path. So the know of path, which is the practice, of the six perfections, and especially the last, the perfection of wisdom.
Okay. 어떻게 아니라 다 되는 맛은 다 대신부터 어찌로도 되는 가서 다들만 마음보를 해야 되는 거야. 단도 좀 먹어 싫어.
And then on top of that, in addition to that, there are also talks about the Four Noble Truths and the 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truths and so forth, right?
어제 다 들이당한도 아니 되는 가서 다 값니 받서 다 들이 값으면 고수가 있다세.
So now, we completed the second chapter, right? The 11 topics of the second chapter, and now we're going to start from the third chapter.
아니 다 지나네 아니 가르고 다 지신 소식에 아니 다 죽거시 그래.
And now here it talks about 9 topics of the second chapter, the third chapter, right?
니나네 마 아니 켐바 다 지시에서 그 나무도 남시에서 맡은데 만라와 나시 그래. 아니 디지라 아니 조와 지시 그래. 디지나 아니 샹치부스 직시 그래. 되게 거창하고 그랬어. 담아대 샹치보다 돈을 좀 시작으로.
So in the third chapter, that talks about the know of the path and know of the basis, right? And then there is the 4 preparations, right? Or applications, 4 preparations or applications, and then bodhicitta. So those are the 9 topics.
와. 그래서 나는 레레노나 직 담보배나 아니 와단들만 진도셔도 지나서 배나 켐바 차다 진도셔다.
So let's read the first 4 topics here, right? So, no path, not abiding in cyclic existence through knowledge. With regards to through knowledge, not abiding in existence, the definition of know of the path, not abiding in cyclic existence through knowledge is a Mahayana superior's exalted knower abiding in a type of realizer that seizes the extreme of cyclic existence relative to a conventional base. It and a know of the path that knows hero's path are mutually inclusive. When divided, there are 3, the Mahayana path of seeing, the Mahayana meditation, and learning in a type of hero's realization. Its boundaries are that it exists from the Mahayana path of seeing through the Buddha ground. No path not abiding in peace through compassion. With regards to through compassion not abiding in peace, the vision of know of the path not abiding in peace through compassion is a Mahayana superior's exalted knower abiding in a type of realizer that seizes the extreme of the peace relatives to the conventional being. It and the Mahayana superior's exalted knower abiding in a type of realizer of special method are mutually inclusive. When divided, there are 3, the Mahayana path of seeing, meditation, and normal learning abiding in a type of Mahayana realization. Its boundaries are that it exists from the Mahayana path of seeing through the Buddha ground. No base is distant from the resultant mother. With regards to through lack of method, distant. The definition of no of the base is distant from the result. Base devoid of great compassion and bound by the conception of the true existence. It and all bases of the discordant class are mutually inclusive. Boundaries are that it exists from the Hinayana path of seeing through the Hinayana path of normal learning. No base grows to the resultant mother, with regards to through method not distant. The definition of no base is as exalted novel in the continuum of the Mahayana superior abiding in a type of the Hinayana realizer conjoined with a great compassion and wisdom, directly realizing emptiness. It and no basis that is of the antidote are mutually inclusive. It is boundaries are that it exists from the Mahayana path of seeing through the Buddha ground. 시신자래.
시체들의
시신자.
그리고 담보 시베스람 메네벨 람시 니시철람 메네베가 람시 아니
대용로 녀외
내가 레베시
아니 대용로 녀외
내가 녀외시 아니 뭐도 시시시 님보시 나와 두번이가 로셨는데 찌뿌찌뿌를 간가.
Okay, so let's go through the 5 and 6 also. No basis that is of the discordant class. With regards to the discordant, the definition of no basis of the discordant class is a no basis devoid of special method and wisdom. It and a no basis in a continuum of the Hinayana superior that is bound by the conception of true existence, mutually inclusive. Its boundaries are that it exists from the Hinayana path of seeing through the Hinayana path of normal learning. No basis antidote class. With regards exalted wisdom in the continuum of the Mahayana superior abiding in a type of Hinayana realizer that is conjoined with the two special method and wisdom. It and no basis in the continuum of a Mahayana superior are mutually inclusive. Its boundaries are that it exists from the Mahayana path of seeing through the Buddha ground.
Okay. Will you guys understand? Do you understand?
Yeah, generally they are all very similar.
뭐지 다 당보 아니 10에서는 맨내버서 다 네가 아니 선다도 신단인 곳이 그래서 선단 곳이지 남시다 신단 곳이지 남시에서 고래 당보니데.
So the first two, the know of the path, not abiding in the cycle existing through the knowledge, so not abiding. So the extreme of the existing and existent are extreme of the peace. So avoiding these two. So the know of the path that avoids the extreme of existence and the cycle existence and the extreme of the peace, the nirvana.
그래다 레닌은 방합이 코와데 깐데지 아니 죽고들한테 아니 쓴다들에서 레닌이 보면 코와데 아니 다 쓴다들에서 그냥 코와 아 쓴다.
The extreme of existence, is the samsara or the cycle existence that is thrown, by power of karma and delusion.
아니 태면 법에다 냥된데 아니 신다래서 맨비 냥된데 간데지 신다.
And so the nirvana, of the healers or the Hinayana superior, the nirvana achieved, by Hinayana superior, is the extreme, of existence.
Okay. 근데 이제 다 아니 선달로 쓰는
Sorry, extreme of peace.
아니 순달로 쓰는 간도 타마 선달인데 그래서.
And then extreme of this existence, who is abiding in extreme of existence? All of us.
야, 간도 타마 선달인데 그래서. 아니 신달로 쓰는 애들이나.
And who is abiding in the extreme of peace? Arhats of the healers and soul realizers.
Okay, 다들 하고 somos.
So you understand that, right?
Okay, 됐어. 아니 다 고에 쓴다. 다 쓴다 고들란도 와다. 아니 쓴다 고제. 아니 되는들란도 적거들한테 쓴다 고제 또르니를 대전법에 전바 10에서라면 내변하시더니 대단히 되지 남시벨 나시든지 대라는 니도 또르니베 대전 돈오고는 몰라 숨미에서라도 왔어.
So just like it says here, right, the type of realizer that seizes the extreme of cycle existence relative to a conventional base, it and know a path that knows the healer's path are mutually inclusive. When divided, there are three: minor path of seeing, meditation, and normal learning in the type of healer's realization.
Okay. 다 내가 가려고 나타 고된로 아니 상상 파베제지 아니 되나 못봐 수주중에서 또 별로 세번로 다 고쳐오래서.
And so it's good. You can say that the realization, realization in the continuum of the Arya Bodhisattva, that realizes, let's say, the 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truths.
네 값은데 아니 다 라지벨로 시작해. 대인 바인자 아니 좀 고외 자와데 아니 된 다운든데 된자 말이지. 가다 다운든.
So here, according to the Sabatantika Madhyamika's view, the root of the cycle existence, is a grasping, self-grasping ignorance, not grasping at true existence.
근데 인자 상생 파베제지 아니 못다도 주중에서 또 별로 아니 로데 아니 다 선다 거리 샤대요래. 근데 인들이 또르는 샤대요래.
And so,
샤네 법이지.
and so the realization, of realizing the 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truth, the impermanence and so forth, within the continuum of Arya Bodhisattva. So within the continuum of Arya Bodhisattva, is a realization that seizes, the extreme of cycle existence, and also, it is a type of hero's path.
오케이. 그래서 니들이 또르는 바 가상도 라이 바스. 니들이 또르는 바.
So the type of hero's path. So we talked about that last time, right?
Remember the homework? 니들이 또르는 라 갈라워. 데미지 또르는 바. 니들이 또르는.
In a type of Hinayana realizer. Last time we talked about in the caution, right?
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean?
The main object of meditation is selflessness.
뭐 대단자고 아니 상세 법하고 말인다. 니 상세 법이지 때 니도 법에 때다 뭐 검지가 일찍 받는다. 아니 되려 그래서.
So it's a type of hero's path. It's a type of hero's path, but it's not, not meditated by heroes. It's meditated by Arya Bodhisattvas, and so that's why it's called the type of hero's path. So it's not the real path that they meditate on, but it's the, kind of the path that similar to what the heroes would meditate on. So that would be like
Okay.
the selflessness, on the meditating on selflessness.
내가 문에 비길래 나 비든 라오라고 치더라고.
So it's the actual job, is done by the heroes, but the bodhisattvas also do the similar, similar to that job.
오케이. 다 텐지 benna 10에서람 네비 남식은 세지셔서나 세지 주는 시샤다야.
And so now, can you give an example, of a knower of the path not abiding in the cycle existing?
benna 선점 대진 동란이 상직세 바야람도스.
So, for example, here in the boundaries, it says it exists from the Mahayana path of seeing through Buddha ground, right?
저는 세지시 샤도죠.
So, can you give an illustration or example of the knower of path not abiding in cycle existing?
10에서람 네비지 야. 오케이.
Would be a Mahayana superior who was making permanence and sees emptiness, the selflessness of that.
Yes. No. Bob.
I said there would be not just the selflessness of it, but seeing the emptiness of it.
How are you? Okay. Howard? Karen? Okay. 그 돈이도 올라가라. 내들한테 니한테 대단 니한테 람시벨 람시 도질람도스. What's the tension?
So, the mutual inclusive is with what?
It's the same.
Mutual inclusive with what? Here. With what? Know of the path that knows hero's path. Yes.
Okay.
That knows hero's path.
Okay, Bob. You understand?
That knows hero's path.
Not abiding in cycling existence. I don't understand the question.
A question, give me the example.
Example. Giving example of this, know of path that not abiding in cyclism through knowledge. So, you can look at the definition, you can look at the mutually inclusive with, right?
Okay. You got it? Okay, now give me example. Devra already got Devra's answer, then. Read or wrong, I don't know. Okay.
A Mahayana superior meditating on the 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truths, it can join with the wisdom realizing selflessness.
Okay, Bob. No?
남은 것도 별로 있습니다.
Yeah.
그래서 미다서 주로.
It's good. Okay, yeah.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So if, when I said you're ready, you see the selflessness of impermanence, would they be seeing the
Okay.
selflessness of themselves? Not, they don't see selflessness of, they only see selflessness of people.
Servant as a person.
A person, not a phenomenon.
닌데 법에 가래 공부는 저도 질래 잡다. 얘는 법에 검지소 가래래.
So what do the hearer superiors meditate on mainly? What is their main object of meditation? Hearers superiors. Selflessness, a person. 강사게 다음에.
What?
I thought it was emptiness. That was my answer.
No. 제단 난도 가로. 이뭐 좀다 틀어. 좀 틀어. 어다 때문에 제다 단단 거 뭐지? 제다 내면마다 남에 대해서 내면 내 란지벨로 소지자진도 그때 내면
가서 남에서 강사게 다음에.
강사담에 나고 그래서 강사담에.
So selfless a person.
오케이.
Yeah. Not
They-
selfless a phenomenon.
제자가 아니 상선 파베지지 도나베지지 뭐 다바도 별로 남에도 별로 아니 나도 치료도 별로 들이 샤초 그랬어 되지?
And so, so realization of the selflessness of a person, or the realization of the 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truths within the continuum of Arya Bodhisattva can be an example, of the know of the path, not abiding in cyclism through knowledge.
아니 상전 파베지지 아니 맨날 뭐 다방 것도 별로 주시 샤초 그랬어.
And also the realization, direct realization of impermanence and so forth within the continuum of Arya Buddha.
Okay.
Also.
대 공맥에도 상전 파바다 있나 공맥을 미에데 녀람 파바도 치바로스.
So the realization that's realized by the Buddha, but it is the same as the realization realized by the hearers also.
제자 남의 도벨로인데 아니 선당 고지는 고안 고지로 왔어.
And so because it is the selflessness, is it because it's a realization of selflessness, therefore it ceases, the extreme of cycle existence.
오케이. 제자 아니 단지빌라 아니 다운데 고베 싸와 인자 아니 남의 도벨로된 고베 싸wan 고지 장로 요래서.
So according to the Savatandaka Madhyamika's view, the grasping of the self, is the root of cycle existence. Therefore, when you meditate on the selflessness, on the selflessness, then then that becomes the knowledge or the realization that seizes the extreme of the cycle existence.
Okay? Understand? Yes.
So for this, it's any realization in the continuum of Mahayana superior other than bodhicitta and emptiness that's shared with the Hinayana. So any one of those could be an example.
다테 소소 따져라 그냥 연합 법에 또 가는 공부를 대든 라운드하고 공부를.
So yeah, it depends, So whatever the hearers, the hearers superiors meditate on, so meditating on the similar, to that. That's similar meditating on that, similar to that, by the Bodhisattva, Arya Bodhisattva, it can be an example of that. Yeah.
So it'd be like if a black belt in martial arts were to do like a white belt training, it would be different than the white belt doing it because they're already all the way to the end, but they're doing a beginning training. But it's different when they do it because they have all the other knowledge applied to it as well.
그래서 뭐라?
그래서
다가서 다 징야기 로운 제조라 징야다 톰보 가르랍선서 톰보다 오기 마모데다 톰보 니기 개발로 시겨를 배서 디마라. 근데 집어 시겨라.
다 대말에 집어집어라 그니 고메도 집어집어라 그랬어.
No, it's not talking about like big difference level like that. White belt versus the black belt. The black belt is more advanced.
I mean, them doing the beginning practices.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like white belt would be like what, beginner,
Yeah.
and then the black belt would be like more advanced, right? When you really know how to fight and maybe even kill people.
Yeah.
So that level, right? So that's what but no, we're not talking about like that here. Like what they are meditating on, that the hearers are meditating on, is a selflessness.
Yeah.
And then what Bodhisattva is meditating on is also selflessness.
That's what I was saying.
They're same, exactly the same. Not like
Yeah.
big difference like that.
I was saying like if an advanced person was doing the same practice as the beginner.
Yeah. 알아 더 근데 맞아 더 로좀 정의미디 가가 때 töme샤거스. 제야데 지바제.
더미 채워 채워요. 지금 상황에서 뭐 지금 년도 봐봐요. 채워요. 된 채워요.
데이터도 저러 Yeah, you can say like that, yeah. So the practitioner, of course they're big different, but what they're practicing is the same.
오케이. 단 네가 담보 가야 되나? 선달하나 갈라서나?
So what is the extreme of existence?
선다.
What does extreme of existence means here? Extreme of existence?
고알라 그랬어.
Samsara.
삼사라.
That
오케이.
means samsara.
델라는 선달하네라고 그랬어.
So that means you're in samsara, right?
오케이. 된다 선달을 쓰네요. 그랬어.
So who live in samsara?
오케이.
Ordinary beings.
근데 선달은 고제대 가래래.
So what ceases the cyclic existence?
The realization of selflessness.
오케이. 근데 이제 이제 10에서라 맨날 남식에 가서 아니 같이 뒤고 거더라고 그랬어. 거더냐고 그래.
And so, so when it says not abiding in cyclic existence, right, the know of the path not abiding in cyclic existence, through that you have to understand what makes you not abide in cyclic existence.
오케이. 네가 10에서라 맨날 남식에 가린 고제서나 아니 선당 고한 고제는 고알 조제래서.
So know of the path not abiding in cyclic existence through knowledge ceases what? Ceases the cyclic existence.
제가
So
니도
it is for free from is to free oneself from cyclic existence.
제가 니라 다좀은 고알 조사래서.
So the Arya, the Arhat, the healers Arhats, have already freed themselves from the cyclic existence, right?
오케이. Yes.
Just a question. When I listen to this, I'm thinking that if you truly transcend duality, everything, or if you have ultimate bodhicitta, or if you have selflessness, you have one, you have all of them almost together.
야. 대응을 윤대지나 윤대지 아마도 강가 요요도 손을 잡으러.
Yes. So if you have all those, then you have everything.
야. 대응을 간지 고 윤도 강가 윤도 동보 찾아러 봤어. 강가 냠냠 레 그랬어.
So as you go higher and higher, you get all those
If you
realizations.
perfect one, the
Yeah.
others just
Yeah.
almost come automatic.
얼음물이 용만이나 대기 간지 깔림이 쉬웠다고 말해서 간지.
Yeah, not automatic, but you will not have to work so hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Fall into it.
Yeah.
오케이.
Question from the homework a few weeks ago about conjoined, that if as compassion increases, the understanding of emptiness or selfless increases also, so it's saying what you're saying.
야.
Yeah.
대직식으로 봐요 그러봤어.
Yeah. So it's like supporting or helping each other, right? Yeah.
오케이. 단디 담보대 가리고 오나 쓴달나 쓴발라 쓰네래요스.
So the first word it says like the abiding in cyclic existence, right? So who is abiding in cyclic existence?
위.
Ordinary beings.
오케이. 다 쓴달은 고제 가래리
What
10에서라
what
니지.
ceases the cyclic existence?
오케이. 아니 쓴달에 가고 다 쓴달라 조제래서 쓰자. 쓴달라 쓴다. 대인자 아니 수 쓴달라 조선은 연합 봐봐 조사래서.
And so who have 연한다춤바?
아,
연한다춤바.
연합다 좀으로.
So who have who is liberated from the cyclic existence? Who is liberated from cyclic existence?
다좀 강가.
Huh? Superiors?
다좀 받아달라죠. 다좀 받는 거 좀 잡세.
Not all the superiors, right? The superiors are still in cyclic existence. Arhats, right? The four destroyers. Four destroyers, like four destroyers, right? Four destroyers. That means like who have destroyed all the four, all the enemies. Right? So four destroyers have all the four destroyers. The four destroyers of healers, four destroyers of soul realizers, and the four destroyers of the Mahayana. They are all free from cyclic existence.
오케이.
What's the difference between the superior and the
The superior is the path of seeing, path of meditation, path of normal learning. So all these superiors, right? So but only when you have reached the path of normal learning, then you have freed from cyclic existence. When you are still in path of seeing and path of meditation, you are still in samsara.
So foe destroyer must be path of no more learning.
Exactly.
오케이.
The
오케이.
are up to path of seeing.
The Aryas are still on the path, from the path of seeing, yes.
Just
Path of seeing,
below.
path of meditation, and path of normal learning, yeah.
Just below.
Are you still in cyclic existence on the 8th ground, on the pure ground?
You're right.
그럼.
koyo
Call.
call tario mara.
So.
나 장생 사기봐.
사지방 곧 가정 코바지 조치 말했어. 라주마 코모 토에 말했어.
그래.
라주마 토에 말해.
다들 이제 가서
이남.
태면 랑고도 막 써내라.
대면랑 뭐지 가래.
가서 가도 돼 가서.
사드밤 매초도 방으로 그랬어. 맞아 삽든.
말말 당.
물렁게도 마서.
밀렁고도 막 써.
물렁게도 마서도 좀 고발 자요 말해.
Yeah. So if you are, I mean, that depends, So if you are someone on the eighth ground who have gone through healer's path or soldier realizer's path, you have achieved the soldier realizer's path of normal learning, and then you enter into the minor path, and then you reach the eighth ground, you're already free from cycle existence. But if you are someone who didn't go through that path, but you go start from the beginning and enter into the minor path, and you reach the eighth ground, you have not freed yourself from cycle existence yet.
Okay, 다 신다 가인 봐. 다 쓴다 하고서 다 신다도 가인 봐.
So now you understand the cycle existence, right? I mean the extreme of existence or cycle existence, same.
Okay.
Right? So you
다
understand that.
니바디가 신다 고지래서.
And then the next one is abiding in peace, right?
Okay.
Not abiding in peace, so which means like the extreme of peace. So what is the extreme of peace?
Liberation being
다때 니랑 봐보라거든요.
Yeah, so the liberation of hearers and soldier realizers.
Okay. 다대 안에 코스달 주다 코신달 내대요. 그래서.
So they are in the extreme of peace, right? The hearers and soldier realizers, the liberation or the nirvana of hearers and soldier realizers is in the extreme of peace, right?
Okay.
So they can be called foe destroyers.
There are four destroyers, yes.
That makes sense.
Okay. 제가 어디 적고들 텐데 네. 신당 곳이 또르네 비 있는지 말이야. 이제처럼 내가 되게 대단 답신이 또르네 비 대좀 이제 받대 지스. 오단 아니 단 이바다 아니 시 대단 탑쳐가지고 또르네 봐 탑스나 샹적고 셈 이제도 탑쳐가지려 그래서.
And so here it talks about the type of realizer of a special method, special method. So what is special method? Compassion, yeah.
compassion 부딪히다.
Bodhicitta, okay.
오
So are mutually inclusive. So that says mutually inclusive with that, right?
대 제다 샹적고 니랑 파비질라 아니 샹 이제 가디 있게와나 아니 니랑 람 동로 그래도 고태가 좀 우리가 쉬는 거 그래서.
이제 전부.
이제 딴 이제 뭐 가디 있게와나. 아니 샹적고 셈 지와나 예인 바로 왔어.
And so, so what seizes that? What seizes the extreme of peace is great compassion of bodhicitta, right?
그래서 다 내람도 내라 태신이 돌이 맞다 아니 태미 돌이 라마도 왔어. 태미지 돌에서 내비 아니 돈하고는 몰라 선미가 된데 내가 저랬어.
And so here it says, is a Mahayana superiors exalted Nova abiding in the type of realizer that, abiding in the type of realizer that seizes extreme of peace relative to conventional base. So here it says like type of realizer, of the Mahayana. So the Mahayana, right? Mahayana superiors exalted Nova abiding in a type of realizer.
제가 다 되긴 되지셔다. 이제 사람은 왜 시긴 되지셔다.
And so now can you give an example or illustration of definition? I mean illustration of Nova of the path, not abiding in peace through compassion.
오케이. 삼로 야고 따셔. 내 지는 고백이 되죠.
Yeah.
오케이. 개배야.
Bodhicitta, and we continue with Mahayana superior.
밥. 야.
Just bodhisattva practicing generosity.
오케이. 오케이. Buddha what? Yeah.
The Buddha is a Nova path.
No, one minute.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
He's a Mahayana superior.
So the question is, nowhere the path.
No, give me the example. Give me the example.
So the question is, give an example of Nova of the path, not abiding in peace through compassion.
That's hearers.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Yes.
So, I'm stuck on not abiding in peace. I don't understand what that means.
그렇죠.
Abiding in sin, not liberating.
시발라 미네바세 가르쳐
시발만 가로해.
신탈라 미네바세.
텔 문네 받친 텔 야랑 거기까지. 텔 데마치 오더레스.
Yeah, not staying there, So you come out of there, come out of the peace.
단단 간소디 출소 고민하라 내 되레스.
Right now we're abiding in the Gompa, right? in the center.
근데 뒤사오던 가도 되네. 아니 다시 달아 봐. 타는 그랬어.
So when the class is over, you go out of the, so you are then free from the gompa.
오케이. 다 인다 된다 다 신달라 봐 트랙 탑시대 아니 탑쳐버진데레스 탑쳐버진. 이제 잘하면 니 람시데레스.
So the method, to be free from the extreme of peace, is the great method, the special method of compassion and bodhicitta.
Okay,
Great
다
compassion.
example 쳐. Give me example. 다 줄라서.
Subsequent realization of path of seeing who is practicing with enthusiastic effort.
전도 좀 배드네. 장주 semsa.
Okay.
전도 좀 전도 semba.
Yes.
전도 파전.
Yeah.
Obviously, rightly is some, any.
Not just guessed. You have to think about it.
No, before it's right before the path of no more learning. So it's in the path of seeing. So an Arya being right before the path of.
No, that's not correct.
That's my.
Okay. Oh, Jennifer.
Well, I guess just Bodhisattva. I guess they've already named a bunch of the 6 perfections.
Yeah, you can say it again. That's fine. Anyway, that's good. You can say 샹장 파베지지 네 샹주고 셈지 침불라고 그래서.
Yeah, so you can say like bodhisattva, right? Arya bodhisattva, superior bodhisattva. And if you want to make it a little different, then it says on the first ground, on the second ground, third ground.
Okay. 샹장 파베 탑 쳐버진다. 아니 탑을 못 보여요. 샹바 니지 샹주스 짐바 수tum 저부터 강가 탑나로 그래서.
So yeah, when you say method, so like the generosity, the morality, the effort, patience, all these things fall into the method, right? Like great compassion, the affectionate love, and all these things.
Okay? Yes.
Okay. When it talks about the boundaries, from the previous one and this one,
Yeah.
it says through the Buddha ground.
Mm-hmm.
I think, no, they don't. Those are the only two, I think, that say through the, no.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah, through the Buddha ground.
Through the
You
Buddha
understand
ground.
what that means?
Yeah, to me, it just means through the Buddha ground, that all of this applies, through the Buddha ground.
제장 샹장 통람비 지지 샹주스em 취질한다 그래서. 산지 법이지 샹주스em 취질한다 그래서.
So through the Buddha ground means including Buddha ground, right? Also in the Buddha ground. So you have that in the path of seeing, you can have on the path of meditation, you can have on the path of normal learning, which is the Buddha ground, right? So you can have all of this, right? So Bodhisattva, or you can even say the great compassion within the continuum of Arya Buddha. It's an example of this, and or the practice of generosity, within the continuum of Arya Buddha, or a Bodhisattva on the path of meditation, or Bodhisattva on the path of seeing, all these things.
오케이. 다가 단다 하버기 렌드랑이 바 들어가 당기다시. 아니 샤다 대신 고로 그 몰람비지 안데 돈유도 별로데 아니 딩 세제래 버스나. 돈유도 별로데.
So like what Howard said, Geshe want to add more question on that. So like
노멀로니.
밀로람주의.
야 물론 바로 물론 노멀로 들어와. 디지 돈유도 별로데 아니 이제 잘하면 왜 람시래 버스.
And so is like the wisdom realizing emptiness within the continuum of let's say Arya Buddha, right? Arya Buddha, is that no basis that is no basis not abiding in the peace through compassion?
So not abiding in peace.
No, this is your example. Your example.
I remember my examples right before the path of no more learning. So.
Of course, another milloram konlas korada.
오다 가르치나 간제 몰라올라면 공부지지 돈이도 별로 들어봤습니다.
돈도 로디?
네, 진다우지지. 진다우지 돈이도 별로 돼. 아니 이제 들어봤나.
신다를 믿어봐. 신다를 믿어봐.
신다면 이제 들어봐. 그래. 이제 살면 되면 남시 들어봤어. 진다우지 돈이도
이제 실험 믿어봐.
이제 살면 되면 남시 들어봤어.
So you understand the question?
Yeah, I'd say no.
Okay. You say no, right? I ask him. Yes, no.
I'd say
No, you give me example, right?
See, there's a deficiency. They're missing something. One of the pieces was missing.
No.
That they're not abiding in peace. Am I correct in that? The example, you asked for an example where they're not abiding in peace. So that's why I said just below the path of no return.
제가 블루로 파 티지 돈이도
Just
블루
below,
데려왔어.
like path in the path of seeing.
어제 티지 돈이도 블루 데려왔었나?
되는 것 같아요.
Is that
아니
correct?
대지 데려와. 이제 실험에 올라오시 데려왔었나?
So, I mean, if you look at the boundaries, right, it says through the Buddha ground. That means also in Buddha ground. It's including the no path of normal learning. So it doesn't have to be below that. It has to be included in the Buddha ground also. I mean, the path of normal learning also.
Okay.
So path of seeing, path of meditation, and path of normal learning. So all these three have that, have the know of the path, not abiding in the peace through compassion is there. So Geshe's question is, wisdom realizing emptiness within the continuum of Arya Buddha, right, or within the continuum of the Bodhisattva or Buddha on the path of normal learning. Path of normal learning, is that is that a noble path, not abiding in peace through compassion? The wisdom realizing emptiness.
Yes, no. Okay, no. Yes, no. Yes, no.
See, no, in that moment,
Say yes.
Yes, say yes. Okay. Yes.
He's right.
No. This is completely wrong. This is wrong. The 말에 가르서나 네 혈압 전지 돈을 말해봐서 돈이 또 별로도 혈압 치와지 돈을 말해봐. 혈압 치와지 탑 치와지 가와래서. Do you understand? Big different that.
So here, when you say mutually inclusive, what is it mutually inclusive with? Special method. So the wisdom realizing emptiness is not, right? It's not a method. It's a wisdom. Yeah. So therefore, it's not an know of the path, not abiding in peace through compassion. If it is, it has to be method. It has to be a special method.
그러다 혈압 치와지는 봤어.
So if it's in the continuum of a Buddha, wouldn't it always be conjoined with the special method?
그럼.
The Sangye Papa Yuge Dinado, then Tabda Sharab Kivayo Moras. Tabshin Yuga Oras. Tabshin Sunderas.
냠도 로고다. 탑지 냠도 라게 말다. 손에다 탑지 냠도 로게 라마. 그 찌그리 라게 말스.
So yeah, I mean they
tabji
go
zonde
together. They are unified. They go together. They are unified. But doesn't mean that method is wisdom and wisdom is method.
그 가가 사조래. 대제다 하고서. Do you understand that meaning?
So,
Do you know what fall?
I have a question that helps me understand this. So is the definition of special method, is that compassion and bodhicitta? Is that the definition
Sure.
of special
Yeah,
method?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Tap kebarzindi. Janjisemda ninja de shawara.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the illustration. Okay, the example of the special method is like bodhicitta or compassion.
네 갖고 가는 혈압 쳐봤으나 아니 샴바도 니제 그 선배 아니 혈압들로 혈압 쳐봐지지. 탑 쳐봐진나 아니 돈유도비 혈압 치 선배 아니 샴바도 니제라 아니 탑 쳐봐. 혈압 쳐봐지나 샴바도 니제 그 선배
혈압 kebarzindi 때는 돈이 또 혈압.
제가 샴바도 니제 그 선배 돈유도비 혈압달라 아니 혈압 쳐봐지지. 다탑 쳐봐진나 아니 돈유도비 혈압 치 선배 아니 샴바도 니제라 아니 탑 쳐봐지지.
Simbaso, right?
선바세 군이 쳐봐졌어야 돼 가용도.
So so it has to be conjoined, conjoined with the wisdom realizing emptiness. So the method, like a compassion or bodhicitta, conjoined with the wisdom realizing emptiness.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, do you understand?
Slowly.
So it's like when it's the kebarzindi these singles.
어찌든 아니 돈이도 비셔라지 선배기 탑들라 탑쳐봤지. 아니 니제도 샤주섬지 선배기 아니 돈이도 비셔라 혈압쳐봤지.
And so it is like the special method, right? Why is it called seven? Usually, the bodhicitta we call it method, right? And when it's a special method, that means the bodhicitta that's conjoined with the wisdom realizing emptiness.
Okay.
배 자신은
Wisdom realizing emptiness.
That's the special method.
Huh?
one. No, you answered correct. The Bob and Harvard answered wrong. 그러나 돈이도 별로도 혈압쳐봐지 탑쳐봐지 말아봤어.
So the wisdom realizing emptiness, is a special wisdom. It's not a special method.
Okay.
So special, is the wisdom realizing emptiness is a special wisdom when it's conjoined with bodhicitta. Right?
That's
Okay.
not the special method.
That's not a special method.
What's the definition?
So
of
the
special
wisdom
method?
realizing emptiness conjoined with the bodhicitta, and bodhicitta conjoined with emptiness, right? So they make the special with each other. So the wisdom realizing emptiness, when that is conjoined with bodhicitta, then that becomes special wisdom. So when bodhicitta is conjoined with the wisdom realizing emptiness, then that bodhicitta becomes special method.
Okay.
Understand?
So my thinking actually was that it's always conjoined in the mind stream of the Buddha.
그리고
그래 상기 줄라도 거드네 더 신심버라스.
대도 산지절에다 답이 손으로 원념을 들어봤어.
Yes, in the Buddha, in the Buddha's continuum is always conjoined. Yeah.
그런데 또르세 내서도 뒤쳐봐지 답 쳐봐지 또르세 내봐서도 뒤쳐봐시 그랬어. 뭐다대 다 대자 뭐지. 다 배샤잖아. 인도 법이지 남의 도블로 대답 쳐봐지 생각해봤으나. 인도 법이지. 연한 법이지 또 남의 도블로 돼. 답 쳐봐지 생각해봤으나.
So wisdom realizing emptiness or what's that?
인도 법.
Probably you get
남의 도블로.
So wisdom realizing selflessness within the continuum of Arya hearers, is that conjoined with the can that be conjoined with the special method?
No.
가르쳐야 되겠어.
Why?
That's
That's
because
good.
they don't have bodhicitta.
That's good,
Nine-
okay.
99.
오다 쳐도 내가 다 고소했어.
Do you understand that now?
오케이. 이제 드는 인자 상적고 셈다 아니 니제대 아니 신당 고제를 했어.
So bodhicitta and great compassion, is is for seizing the extreme of peace.
오케이. Yes.
Okay, so we're using terms, and that's a little separate, but like, I'm thinking of some great monk in Thailand. Practices the four immeasurables, very loving. You're saying, right now, he doesn't have bodhicitta.
No. Yeah. You ask them. They don't have Buddhist. They don't talk Buddhist. Yeah, that's true. 세단 상적세 맞아요는 냠도 슈체로 상적습대 제로.
Yeah. You can do all those great practices.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't have to have a bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is much higher, but you can do a lot more practice, very big practices, without bodhicitta too.
당당히 지나 테라와가 잡아도 내외 냠을 빼면서 담보 그랬어.
So especially like the practice on the Vinaya discipline, they're very strict with that.
근데 지나서 매야피들 라방도 내줘 말. 근데 네 쇼건다고 진짜 디가나 잡으면 내가 말했어.
So like when you make an offering to them, they cannot touch. You have to put it on the table or put it on the paper, and then they take with the paper. They don't touch the money directly with their hand.
근데 고도 보모를 학자다가 라바당 말했어.
And they don't the monks are not allowed to even go touch the women, and let alone hugging, not even allowed to shake hand.
아니 자원념도 배나 군반에나 자원념도 미자 칼라념 사줘 말했어.
And if they're in the monastery, they're not allowed. They cannot have lay people come and eat with them.
제장원에 전에 뺀 내외게 냠는데도 빼면서 담보 이랬어. 빼면서 자와야 보였어.
So in terms of the disciplines, they're very good with that.
드라나는 상조 수업된다. 다 대지문다 지르고 냠는데도 빼면서 통보 열어왔어.
And so there are all these the 37 branches of enlightenment practice, and the 16 attributes of the Four Noble Truth practice. All these are very strong in the Vinaya. In the Theravada tradition.
아니 잘라라 차전 빼주주리죠.
And then they have very small attachment to the object, to the material things.
배나 안전 대회를야. 단 도와셔야지나 배나. 근데 미치겠는데 지코야로 와서 대는 사포 찍으면 야총 말했어.
And so according to the Vinaya, or the discipline of the monastic discipline, you have one shawl, right? The monks, they wear the shawls, scarf or shawl, and then when they have one shawl, then they can only have one extra. So when they wash that, or when that's dirty, then they have other only one more, not like 2, 3, 4, 5 like that.
제자 대 둘로 건가르다 저 혈좀 둘로 차서.
Yeah, the whole the dress, you can only have one extra pair.
딱 그래서 냐나 내가 슈만 먹어봐 지기로 트레고 삼네 그런 테크닉 냐 맞아. 나 공부 냐 총 말했어.
And so if you have the third pair, then the third pair, the possession of the third pair should be, with the thought, to give to somebody else. not with the thought, not to work for myself.
They practice the four immeasurables.
Yeah.
Four immeasurables, yes.
Yeah.
세미시 공그라스 콘세.
Yeah.
세미시 공그라스.
세미시
세미시 공그래.
세미시 여여레스.
공그라다 콘세.
얘나야.
세미시.
양배나.
니지 세미요. 니지 신부메스요.
야. 대요다 얘나 대양배나 좀더 잡아도 니지요 말했어. 이제 좀더 소소 동안에 잔도 니지 잡아마시.
재밌는 얘기하는 말 아니에요? 저도 돼요.
로 니지도 요래.
니지 맞다. 좀더 니지 샤워. 좀더 신라 펜섬 돼요.
시다 배서는다. 제
펜섬 돼요, 저.
시다 배서도 요래스.
이는 가서 다 전주 사만은 친구요.
나도 샹주 세만은 요 말했어. What?
No, they have
Yeah, they're not Buddhas, yeah.
What were they saying?
So, they were, talking about how,
Imaginables?
no, that they don't think that enlightenment's even possible for
Oh,
all.
I see. Yeah.
It's possible.
They don't,
너 건전 여러들 정말 정말.
그러나 콘조 다투 때와 선들어 kell라 그러. 나 산지. 그때 간지 단 너데보다 사람이면 kell라 그래. 한 대면도 간에 하고 뭐다 그지. 내데 왔어. 간지.
Confusion because of people think metta or compassion is the same as bodhicitta, and that's where I think the confusion is coming from.
Method and compassion.
Metta is
Metta.
like
Loving kindness.
compassion is, but that's
잠바다 얘기도 여러 건전.
that's where the confusion is coming
네. 잠바도 이제 요청을 했어. 시다 대매질 아니 잠바도 냠네 잠바도 요래네. 상주에서만 하지요 말했어.
Yeah. Of course, you can have a metta, you can have karuna, compassion, all these things you can have. It's just that you will not have as big as the Mahayana.
Your aim isn't as big.
Yeah.
You're not thinking of enlightening all beings. You're
Yeah,
saying,
exactly.
I can help as many as I can.
Yes.
why I think it's
Yeah, they have compassion, immeasurable compassion. They have an immeasurable compassion. They don't have a great compassion.
콘조 잠바 쫀지 추종
The great
정확한
compassion
얘기를
is like
Scope is different.
exactly, yeah.
But they're still gaining a lot of merit.
Oh, of course.
Sorry.
They're gaining a lot of merit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. For what now?
Not as big as the great compassion, but the immeasurable compassion, the immeasurable merit also.
Okay, now why, I can do how we got off on that.
What?
Yeah, they're gaining a lot of merit for what purpose?
제에다 다좀 먹고 못 하지.
For their own,
Yeah, in order to achieve their state of arahatship or to achieve their liberation.
콘돌라 전화도 제다 전화도 제다 아니 저도 산지 톱 고고 말하잖아. 고도 고야요 말했어. 나야 산지 도야치다 냠네 제초거들라 그랬어.
So they say you can the Theravadins they say you can do a practice to achieve enlightenment, but you don't have to achieve enlightenment.
단다 전화도 배는 테라베나 텔랭에 고말도 지나 아니 태화천보다 산지 좀 되니까 말라고 고도 켈랭 말했어.
And so if you go to the Theravadin monastery or temple, they will not accept that Mahayana is a Buddha's teaching.
야, 대가는 나 고수님 그렇게 좀 못해 봐. 고들라게도 산지 좀 되는데 아니 그 양은 되게 질려야 아니 지줄라 계전이 쇼머스. gemba도 쇼마니. gem바도 저거 아니 다 산지 좀 되는데 뭐만하지 내대 대වි로 들어서. 근데 산지 좀 되는데 야 지나서 내대 넣으면 싸와 제초를 나버려서. 아니 그도 쇼마도 다 남바 쇼마도 아니 따때 니바데 그래서 아니 싸워 고시게 아니 대신부터 고도 제거해서. 산지 좀 되는데 초제때에다 산지 좀 되는데 깜말해서 골라도 와.
So they say that the Mahayana teaching is not taught by Buddha. They say there are like two disciples, the senior disciples and the younger, the older disciples and the younger disciples. The senior or older disciples are the ones who follow exactly like Buddha did. So what Buddha taught, is according to the Theravadin teaching, and that's what he taught. They said, and then but he also said, if you don't like that way, you can change the way. And then later the younger ones came and then they changed the way and then they brought Mahayana in.
고들라 그래서 대나지 아니다 나급이나 그래 도지 대화때 산지에서 대요 말이라 그랬어.
And then of course when you come to the Vajrayana, they said, oh no, definitely not Buddha's teaching.
They don't think that there was 3 turnings of the wheel of Dharma?
그리고
내가 저걸 숨고 killing 말이야.
중국에서 켈렘 바나 고등 아주 개발하는 내가 말했어.
And not according to
대가
the
때대 하고
way we explain.
야.
Where it is explained to us, by the Mahayana. Yeah.
제가 땡아도 drummer nga 콘서 자와 콘서 냠도 돌리 뭐 제 콘서 계속 뭐 셰베 봐.
Geshe say, when he was, meeting with them, they talked, they discussed about these things a lot, and that's what they explained.
제가 땡 네 단한 가는 먹어 봐. 레발이야. 콘서 냠도 된데 콜라야 빼나. 나도 쬐자고 말스 빼나. 콘서 가린다고요. 나도 가린다고 대파 데리고 돌리 제상도 없어.
So that's the purpose of Geshe, meeting with these monks from different tradition, so just to find out what they accept, what we accept, not to like debate or argue with each other, but just to find out.
What about, don't they also refer to their ground of Buddhism as Pure Land Buddhism?
Like China.
그럼
먼저 당신 켈링 말아.
Amitabha.
당시 되는 제는 뭐 킬만 가지. 그 나좀 그만하다 더 가르치는 거 그렇지.
So no, I don't think they believe, they accept or they explain about pure lands. But if you achieve arhatship, then that's your pure land. Then you are in your pure land.
제가 콘도라 빼나 내대 대화라 빼나 상태 끊어지 뭐지 가지고 건도 배워나지 뭐 뭐요 말해.
So like we Tibetans, we have all these different, aspects of Buddhas, right? The compassion Buddha, the wisdom Buddha, and all this, the medicine Buddha, and all these different kind of Buddha. They don't have that. They only have one, Buddha Shakyamuni.
전도서 맞은 것도 나다 돼도 그래.
So in our case, it's mostly related with the tantric practice, Vajrayana, right?
Yes.
Well, when you go to a Thai temple, there's many different deities and stuff, so that's like their Vajrayana. Is that not correct?
다 콘도 와야라 켈랑 말했잖아.
근데 꿈만 묻어서.
그도야 콘도 빼나 지금 그만 보면 다 콘도 끝쯤 지나면 못 나오시다.
Mostly in Thai temples, you only find one Buddha statue only.
네. 윈남 고마르다 마하야나 레나 콘도 가가때 요레스. 야나로다 고시셔도 진담르들 뭐용도 와서 타이파시 요 말은 간통 제금도.
Geshe, he doesn't remember seeing, in the Thai temple, the many different kind of. But Vietnamese, the Mahayana Vietnamese, they have many, they have many different kind. And then Chinese also, the Mahayana Chinese also have different ones.
제대다 짬고는 뭐지 구바지라 빼나 가도 다락 적어도 빠냐 가도 파스 셰리 적어도 초도 가르켜는 가도 가르켜는 것도 가. 또 가도 먹으면 돼. 돌리제 가도 뒤체던 가도 가로 사가도 소대 그랬어.
So like just like His Holiness always encourages about having a dialogue within the believers, different believers or different tradition, of even the same believer or a different tradition. Yeah, so that's why Geshe say we always try to have this interfaith, the ceremony, on the Buddha's birthday.
제다 빼나 네때 대백에 룰라 콘소 가르삼다 빼나 간소 배백에 남발라 대백에 냠래 요 말남 삼고에서 왔어. 아니 짬고는 뭐지 소소 아니 텔레가 게노지데 코니잖아. 근데 대백에 고도 바르야. 알레 저도 되는 여러 봤어. 아니 간도 집반도 들라고도.
So the Theravadan monks, thinks that the Tibetan Buddhism doesn't have any Vinaya teachings, and then His Holiness met with them, and then His Holiness explained about the Vinaya rules that Tibetan monks in the monastery follow, and he said, "Oh, you do have Vinaya too." And so the Theravadan monk was surprised. He said, "Oh, so you do have Vinaya also in the Tibetan tradition?" He said, "Yeah, we do."
제다 딱 한도 삼나 코도지라 샹치고 삼이 요 말은 코도라 샤바인 삼고에서 간다. 삼고에서 코도 저한테 지치는 여세 버려요.
So just like that, we think they don't have great compassion. Maybe they do. So when they explain to us, then maybe say, "Oh yeah, you do have that." So therefore, it's to have a dialogue, a discussion, or just to find out, not like debating or arguing, but to find out,
시정 고셀라 나도 남백이 취대 빼 오픈 자대였어. 배회 남백 취대 오픈 휴자래서.
And so for the Westerners, I think maybe Tibetan Buddhism is more acceptable because it's very more open, relaxed.
Well, I took a course actually a long time ago, before I became a regular here, on comparative Buddhism. And one of the criticisms of Tibetan Buddhism was that it was too intellectual. And to me, that was one of the draws to come. But pretty much everybody said, because Tibetan Buddhism is very intellectual, you don't need all that information. I think the more you need, the most you can get.
내가 가서 낭배가 배배 낭배 취디 내가 가서 배지 게르셔다 리바다 몽부슈도 게르셔도 디레 티마르스 몽부 가서 당 가서 쉐어 몽부도 있거든.
알레레.
가기 쉐야 되라. 가기 쉐야 돼 몽부도. 진짜 나보다 share 너무 고 말했어. 냠내 제 다다 띠띠 가르 띠 냠내 제 돈 디그레스.
Yeah, that's true.
제는 콘솔라야 된 뭐 share 되 구글 콘솔 디시에서는 되는 건 하고 그라. 근데 쉐바는 된다 말 대시 잡아는 건 하고 그라. 된다 말 대시 말 잡자 다가 디제 라바는 건 하고 또 되는 켈렌 또 말아. 근데 코란돌라 가서 나오 도에디 다 대시 자야 돼 나오 도 체도. 제가 뭐는 될래 봐 있어.
Tet Korea, Tet Chek Nakasan Dingala, the Raningala traps in the Toiba. I think I Tobore, Travajir. And the Kuzo Kamajongala Gomjala sons. Gom Kareja, Duja Kelama, Gomjafilas. That's also Kareka something could Jamazos.
So yeah, you're right. Like Geshe said, he went to the Tufts University with one monk from Theravadin.
Yeah, Theravadin.
Theravadin monk, and then the monk said, "Okay, we're going to meditate now." And then he just said, "We're going to meditate," and he didn't say what to meditate on, how to meditate, nothing. Just say, "Meditate now." That's it.
We just quiet like maybe 10 minutes. Just quiet. Yeah, Theravada monk. It's Bangladesh.
He's doing
Yeah,
but
he's doing.
he has to explain to the people what they want to meditate. So the people they don't know, yeah.
Yeah.
Bdun is a monastic tradition, so of course it's going to be intellectual. But are the other like Sakya, are they as intellectual?
No,
Yora,
yeah, Chado.
Oh yeah,
They all have. Yeah.
yeah.
They have all in discussions. Therefore, Takaro, Nachi Shekros. Yeah.
In Nyingma also they have now they call it a shata, which is like same like in Geluk, we have like a debate, same like. They don't like stand up and then clap hand and stamp on the food, like that. They don't do that, but they just sit like on a cushion and then like a discussion.
제당 문에 가도 냠내 제당 가도 강한 라바도 냠내 제월서 가도 로조 제네 다 냠내 시간 로서 가도 노르대 그래서 소주 강한 대리 자다 되는 되는 가도 라서 알레 선달은 코와정 코와를 도저 다음에 또 대때 곰고 그래서 근데 신달은 고지대 단데 된 고지대 샴반 이제 대 곰고 그래서 그 샤샤는 것도 냠는 거고 말이야.
Yeah, so the problem with the intellectual is that we always go blah 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 and then we don't do anything. That's a problem. That's the problem. That's a problem, right? But in order to do it, you have to know how to do it. You need the intellectual knowledge to do the practice. But if after having the intellectual knowledge, if you don't do the practice, then there's no use. So that's the problem that they see. They put always into practice, and they're always practicing. But the problem with them is that they don't know what to practice. They're just practicing, but without knowing what is practice.
Exactly. one group came in and said.
So that's why Geshe said, like we talked about, this, the what ceases the extreme of cyclism and what ceases the extreme of peace. We know that now. That's our intellectual knowledge. Now we have to really do the practice. Then knowing that or having that intellectual knowledge would be useful. Otherwise, it's no use.
Exactly. There's one, I can't even remember what group of Buddhists it was, said, now our practice consists of we walk around in our garden and we swing our arms. That was it. And we meditate. And so the whole class was lost as to, are you going to explain that? We don't know.
Yeah.
You don't need explanation.
Yeah.
That's not how they do it in the monastery. They tell you, if you
That has to be guided.
like a Burma, they tell you how to meditate. They give you instructions.
In the
Yeah.
Theravada tradition?
I'm sure they do it some.
Because then you're just spacing out, and it's not accomplishing anything.
Yeah, I'm sure they also 그것도 제대로 지어줘요. 레시드 때인데 자자 레시드는 맞아나 좀 검자요 말was.
Yeah, a little bit, of course. Maybe not as extensive as Tibetan Buddhism,
Yeah,
but
of course.
they do that. They do it.
그러나
But
그도
without explaining, you don't know what to meditate on, right? So there has to be some
Or
explanation.
how to do it.
Yeah.
I think it just isn't gotten transmitted in this country. I think
Yeah.
it hasn't gotten carried over here. Most want to be stress management. They just want to get relaxed and
Yeah,
see
yeah.
about the daily stresses, and so that's enough for most people.
Yeah, exactly like that. 근데 다 콘조 다그 내가 간지 소소고 배나 소화라 받을 마시에 때까지 곰 그러기는 저거로 봤어.
Yeah, so just for relaxation and just to get rid of that, the gross feelings from your.
Focused on the mid.
제가 가서 오늘 거에다 대고 여러 나는 거에다 대래.
So temporarily, what we really need is that, right? If you can get rid of that temporarily, that's really good.
근데 되냐 안에 가서 고마야는 이제 놓고 여러.
But then after that, of course, so okay, this is just temporary, temporary relief. Okay, so that's not good enough. I need to do more. So how do I do that? Then you go into more deeper.
제자가 아니 녀랑 다쯤 좋다 소소 다쯤 거는 다 텔랑 고베 이래야 냠바선에 가외가와 되게 그래서 근데 나 신다는 데 되게 그래서
And so that's why, like the healers and soldier realizers, arhats, and, arhats, once they have achieved liberation, then they stay in the peace, for eons and eons.
아니 텔다 아니 지나다는 데만 아니 니제 땡고 니제 가디 지원은 곧 지나다 타는 거를 내가 말했어.
And so to them, then you have to explain about great compassion. So the moment they generate that great compassion, then they will be free from that extreme of peace.
karena je dungal 좀더 니제 제고 대제월 알에던 고들 dun가도 아니 고야는 고래가 지고 그랬어.
And so that is wishing others to be free from suffering. Right? So I was wishing to protect others from suffering. And so it's, oh yeah, I need to do that. Then they will wake up from their peace.
제가 간도 미카지 소소 문제 진 미샤는 섬잖아 마당에 들으려고 봤어. 가시 소소지 미샤발 섬당에 미카 미 로타만다 모형 걸어 봤어.
So that's like same with the ordinary people. Some people they only think about themselves. They don't care about others around them, right? Some people they also care about themselves. They care about others as well.
제가 미 섬로 만다마다 그 눈으로 대화 만다고 영화에서 봐.
And so that's because of different thought, right? Different people have different thought about all these things, and that's why they act in different ways.
오케이. 다들 마음으로 오면 당가서 이제 실라면 네벨 남식은 세제대 상식 선배지 아니 상식에서는 이제도 샤인 봤어.
And so now the example of the path not abiding in peace through compassion, we talked about all these methods, right? All these special methods within the continuum of Arya Bodhisattvas, right?
다 지시에 강아지 이제 집마다 다시 덴디지와 아는 레일라에 리비시에 대단 문토슈시시에 산다 태민진 통로님 태민진 문화를 받나 요스. somebody.
So then the third one is the know of the basis distance from the resultant mother, right? And this is the know of base devoid of great compassion. It's like absence of great compassion, and bound by the conception of the true existence. And the know of basis of the discordant class are mutually inclusive. Its boundaries are that it exists from the Hinayana path of seeing through the Hinayana path of normal learning.
그래서 다 내가 간다. 근데 태민 법이지 내가 이제 다 다음에 또 불러드렸어.
And so now this is the wisdom realizing selflessness within the continuum of Arya healers.
그래서 이제 전부 다 자주 이제 전부 써요 말했어.
So they are devoid of great compassion.
And
Right? So doesn't have compassion, great compassion.
그래서 안에 덴디 집었다 덴드 빵이 말세는 거라. 데메 또이 말세라
And then the bound by the conception of true existence, that means like they have not abandoned the true existence, grasping at true existence.
오케이. 어디다 띵 세제셔도 줘도.
And now, can you give an example of that?
사삼 태민진 통로는 물론지 받는도.
The hair superior, meditating on the 16 aspects of the Four Noble Truths.
오케이. 알월.
Here is superior. I agree with that. I agree with that, but not yet on the path of seeing, like before.
제가 오케이
Right
다
underneath that.
Yes,
Oh,
just
the superior.
look at the boundary. Where is the boundary?
The superior, that means they have to be able to.
Yeah.
They have to have see emptiness directly.
Not emptiness, in this case, would be selflessness.
Right.
오케이. 안에 다 탑지로 많이 드셔봐라. 태민지 또르스 네베 대전법이 지진 전박까지 이제 침보다 돈인 것도 배셔야지 선바 레라니비시 되니 대단 님보시시 되지 사상 태진 돈안에 산제세 바나 요스 나금도 왔어.
And then the fourth one is the knower, the basis close to the resultant mother, right? It says it's an exalted knower in the continuum of the Mahayana superior, abiding in a type of Hinayana realizer conjoined with a great compassion and the wisdom directly realizing emptiness. And it and knower basis that is of the entity class are mutually inclusive. So this is different from the third one, right? Very different.
오케이. 안에 된 레라니비시 레스.
So this is the resultant, close to the resultant mother. So
Ante-
that one is the distance from the resultant mother, and this is the close to the resultant. So these are like opposite, right?
안테 님보시시 레스.
And then also this is the class of the antidote, right? The knower basis of the class of antidote class.
안티오들 문도시와라 아시시에 강시 탑지 차반이다 잡아도 문도시시 되니 대단 태민 법이지 된듯이 제비시 되지 다 강라서 집어러스.
And then now the basis is that is of the discordant class. Again, this is similar to the third one, right? It says the definition of the basis of the discordant class is knower of the basis devoid of special method. So the earlier same thing, right? Devoid of great compassion. This is the devoid of special method and wisdom. And it and know of the basis in the continuum of the Hinayana superior that is bound by the conception of true existence are mutually inclusive.
Okay? 다 먼저 쇼세야 다. 레라 리와서 된다 치바레스.
So, so the know the basis, distinct from the resultant mother and discordant class are similar.
아니 님보쇼 셔야 다. 레라 리와서 레라 니와서 된다 치바로 요레스.
And the know the basis close to the resultant mother and know the basis of the antecedent class are same.
레데 산지 공부를 하자. 아니 대라 니는 게 요레스.
So the resultant mother, is somewhere up there, and then whether close to that or distance from that.
Okay? Any questions there? No questions? You understand? Yes.
I'll take a definition of the resultant mother. What's meant by that? So I can write.
What?
Resultant mother.
레드나 수수는 그런 레오디 열세. 레오라 타니원 레오디 이게 잡배나. 수수 사전 내는 내. 또 산지 고마지. 간이 산지 고마지.
Buddhahood.
Yeah. Okay? Question? No? Yes?
Just thinking tenets, the Prasangika Madhyamaka do not think there's...
Tata tell more that I go below. Don't go. They want more confused. Yeah. Okay. Do the homework.
Okay. Was only 2 questions this time.
Oh. Okay.
The first question was, what is the meaning of prayer and the meaning of dedication? And give illustrations of each. Give an illustration of each.
말해. 뭐하다?
뭐하겠다 나가래. melong겠다 나가래.
Okay.
대니기 천실에 되셔서.
Okay. Who did? Did it? Can you write? Okay, what you write? You don't write anything? Huh?
Karen.
Oh, you, Karen.
Okay.
If someone write down, you can just read.
Yes.
Okay, what you say?
Refuge and bodhicitta is an example of prayer. You pray for something for self and for other, and our prayers can be as big as we want. To dedicate, you need something to dedicate. You need a substance to dedicate. You send offerings when you dedicate. You dedicate for complete enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings, so that our virtues will not be destroyed. We ask for prayer to be dedicated. We make offerings when we ask for others to do prayers, asking them to do prayers and to dedicate for others. Prayers we do for ourselves. We can do for ourselves. We dedicate by seeing everything as empty of true existence. What, who, and what, the who, and forgot the last one. What, the who, and the why. For who.
You wrote the whole teaching.
다달라서.
네, 찾아나서도 뭐래.
Okay.
가장 전화를 해야 돼. 찾아보면 티샤자 돼.
You write the whole thing. Okay, Jennifer? Do you write?
Yeah. So for dedication, I wrote that it's you're directing and transforming ours and others' roots of virtue so that they become inexhaustible. And then a prayer is, I actually did try to figure out the possibilities between prayer and dedication.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
And I think there's only 3 possibilities, but because you can have
That's
something
really good. Yeah, that's very
both.
good.
But you can't have so you can have something that's a prayer, but not a dedication, right? Yes. Yes. You can have something that's both.
Okay, give me example. Yeah.
Something that's both.
Ninja, yeah, both.
Like a dedication prayer is
More
where we say something, because a dedication is usually a prayer. So dedication is necessarily a prayer, but a prayer is not necessarily a dedication.
그럼
뭐와이나 melom에 첩 melom에 뭐에 맞췄어.
뭐야나?
melom에 첩스.
뭐냐나?
뭐에 맞췄어.
Then order.
그래.
Yeah, that's good.
And then
Okay, give me example both. Yeah.
well,
근데 나도 잠을 보고 치던 전반에도 땡 뭐도 물론 해야 돼.
So you know that the dedication by Samadabhadra, I mean, in the Samadabhadra prayer, that especially like just as the Manjushri. Yeah. So that one, is that dedication and prayer or no? It's or one or other.
Say that's both.
Both, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would the foreign measurables be an example?
세메시.
Yeah, 세미지다.
심지어 탐지 대화던데 뭐 유지스는 어떤데? 뭐 제가 말하더라. 매럼 잘하더라.
물론 그랬대, 물론.
So that would be like a prayer.
That's a prayer. Yeah, so something that's a prayer but not a dedication.
Yeah.
Okay, but
다이나 거 뭐지기 왜 토는데 심지어 되면 유지스나? 뭐 차이라.
야, 수수 개와 쌓여 왔지. 수수 강사에 개와때 딘 로쇼라는 리얼스.
but you're dedicating the prayer to also.
Yeah, you can also that can become a dedication if there is a substance, to dedicate, for that. Yeah. So you have you say you have you did a puja, right? The whole puja, and then at the end you said, "May all beings be happy,
Right.
and possessed with the cause of happiness," right? Like that.
Okay, but.
Like that. If you say that, that would be like four immeasurables, dedication.
Okay, but by itself, it's just a dedication, it's not a prayer.
It's a prayer by itself.
Prayer.
By itself, it's a
The other
prayer.
way around.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but then it can become a dedication.
Dedication.
If you say.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You can
if
make
you have
dedication.
something to dedicate with that. Yeah.
So something can be a prayer in one instance and then a dedication in another.
Mm-hmm. 니자 인식을 따라 멜럼다 뭐 니자 인식을.
Yeah. Okay, Devra.
So the question, a practical question for me, say reciting mantras, like say for Tara, and so as you recite them, Tara, you could. So I sort of often think of as I'm reciting this with this, like this. My teachers have long lives, but this person.
Right,
Well.
right, yeah,
So is that
that's-
maybe inappropriate? I should wait till the end to do that, or is it okay to do it as you recite each mantra? Or should we think it more of Tara, and at the very end?
다시
do that?
담 냄비 가려도 뭐니 드마라서부터 담보 끊어대 주만 거 같지만 냄비 가야 뒤 진짜 건 되게 말았어. 냄비 갈라다 예담 가는 대대서부터.
So at the time when you recite, you maybe just focus on the deity, the mantra of the deity of the mantra that you're reciting.
Then you have beginning, motivation to what.
So for what purpose you're going to recite that mantra? You set up that proper motivation at the beginning.
Then after you finish, you can dedicate for the Buddhahood, or long life for your teacher, whatever that. Okay, Bob, do you write?
Yeah.
What do you write?
I didn't have a definition of prayer, but I did write that, a dedication is a prayer, but a prayer is not always a dedication.
Mm-hmm.
And then as an example, the King of Prayers has a 7-limb prayer at the beginning to create merit, but that's very short. Most of the King of Prayers after that is a dedication.
Mm-hmm.
And then, another, just a prayer would be a praise to Shakyamuni Buddha.
Therefore, you guys could do very good job. Pay your churches. Pena that tilling on to pen each charge and better. Could the one of the tilling on to Kansashi gave us our and the Debajavan, Rovaja, Samjila David, didn't watch away now. I think watch on this.
Yeah. So like for example, whatever studies and practice that we did now, through the power of that practice and study, may the teachings of the Buddha increase. May the the gurus have long life and so forth. So you can dedicate that way, right? You can, and that becomes a dedication.
Kana tilling on to give us fire was I think on the Moji Deja was.
So because you have something to dedicate for, right? You have created a merit by studying and practicing and discussing about Dharma. You have created merit. So that merit you can dedicate, for that purpose, and then that purpose for which you made pray for or dedicate becomes a dedication.
다 근데 미세 개매와지 아니 섬진도 산지 공부 도와주고 섬진도 대화도 동안 잡아셔로 삼다나 타고 아니 무슨 맛이 어떻게 말아왔어.
Say for example you didn't do any virtuous actions, like virtuous actions by studying or practicing or attending class and so forth. You didn't do anything. You just come in here and then just say, "Oh, may the teachings of Buddha remain for a long time, or may the gurus have long life." Then that only becomes practice. Prayer. And that because you have nothing to dedicate, no substance to dedicate for, and so therefore that will become only prayer.
다 수수급이 야마다 꼬라치 쌓여버지 꼬라치여버지 Kora chigi chigi samjata yudewa na kota mulam was. Kora chigi give sawa te ten rojina ne tang ngochan ores.
And kora chigi chigi sayade, melam.
Chigi chigi mulam was. Ta kora chigi give sawa te ngochan was.
Nga chigi chigi dine nge de da
The chigi chigi ate
ngo cha so.
ki kansa sheba the teaching na kanji kora chigi give sawa te ngochan.
So for example, if you did a circumambulation of the holy object, and then while doing that, you can still pray and dedicate, right? You can still pray while doing that, and if you if you have the whatever merit that I've created by doing this, I dedicate for that. Then that becomes dedication.
제다타 물음이나 뭐와이나 물음이 차다 말다데. 그러다들 거로 명예돼. 뭐와이나 물음 마이가 뭐여도 매.
Yomar.
명예들 봐.
More in a melody chaps.
Yeah, that's good debate. Okay, think about that. Okay.
If it's dedication, necessarily prayer. It's necessary to be prayer, and if it is prayer, it's not necessary to be dedication, right?
Okay. 제사
See that again, is this necessary to be prayer or not?
If it is a dedication, it's necessary to be prayer. If it's a prayer, it's not necessary to be dedication.
I think if it's a dedication, it's necessary to be a prayer.
Yeah.
That's my instinct on that.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because when there's an intent, like in my mind, the dedication is so that the merit, this is what I wrote down, but the idea is that the merit doesn't get exhausted. Because isn't there the idea that, you work, you do all this merit, and then, someone steps on your cat, and you're like, oh man, and then all that merit's like destroyed. So the dedication seals up the merit, so it's never destroyed.
That's what he said. He said dedication is necessarily a prayer.
I agree with that. Yeah, that's
but
why.
prayer is not necessarily.
Yes.
Okay, do you
No,
write?
Geshe is not saying that. You're saying that.
Oh, I thought you
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
But
It's true. Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah. We don't find. But money is not
so you can't argue with that, because if you can, then you have to be able to give an example
Right.
of a dedication which is not a prayer. Can you give an example of something that is dedication but not a prayer?
Okay, what you write? Do you write one more?
Yeah, pretty much that,
Same?
yeah, the same, but I used our dedication prayers to this virtue.
Yeah.
That as the dedication.
Dedication?
Yeah, and then just a prayer, the Lamas Kapas, that we also say, from my two collections, Best is Space, and then you just keep going with
Yeah.
the prayer.
Okay, Devra, do you write?
I said a prayer is an aspiration for a virtuous end, and a dedication is offering the merit accrued from
Yeah.
virtuous activity, either by themselves or others.
Yeah, looks good. You guys, good job. Good. Okay, do you write? You don't have to write.
I was going to say, prayer is a wish, and dedication is how you spend the merit.
Karo.
Yeah, the prayer the wish the what is.
Mulamte.
Mulamte, the prayer,
Yeah.
Mulamte.
That's good.
아니 the garsa the ngoade tene ngazogi melam ngazogi chodi gares besto tile ngwas.
Yeah, that's good conclusion. Like, that's the easy way. Easy way. 제자들나 슈주나라 이와도 샤마리브 도도 바다시는 집었다데 무시러 was.
Like in the guide to the Buddhist way of life, like this is all these the trees, the razor blade trees in the hell, may they turn into wish fulfilling trees like that. That's a wish, right? Like a prayer. That's a prayer.
If I say, I dedicate this merit to your long life, is that a wish?
가로. 뭐 땡고와레스. 대 wish.
That'll be dedication.
땡고와레스.
You say I dedicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
Would that be a wish?
will be wish too. Yeah.
Yeah. ngo와도 물음자. ngo와도 물음자 자주도.
Yes. Yeah, that will be wish.
It'd be a challenge to separate the two. I don't think it's possible.
Okay. Okay. Then another one.
The next question was, what's the difference between dedication and rejoicing?
Okay.
뭐다 제수라.
She said.
그렇게 말한다.
Okay. What's different? Who read? Who write? Okay.
See,
We do you write?
yeah,
I
we
did, yeah.
Okay. Can you say?
So dedication is like everything we talked about, and rejoicing is, it's much simpler. Someone else does a good deed, you rejoice in what they did, you get the same merit. so you fed 1,000 people, and I'm like, great job, I get the merit for that. But that's a different kind of an activity than as opposed to dedication.
Okay.
So there's merit involved, but it's different ways of how that plays out.
그럼 뭐도 지세하는 거로.
네, 제세.
Okay. What's Jennifer?
I put it, rejoicing is taking delight in virtue, and that actually increases merit, right?
Yeah.
So, whereas dedication doesn't increase merit, right?
그로.
뭐 공부 누가 말았어?
뭐잖아?
뭐잖아 공부 누가 말았어?
저거 가는 뭐
나 제소는 저는 공부 누구라서.
뭐잖아. 공부 저거다. 공부 저자는 거와나 아니 공부된 저거 뭐제 받을 가서 사실 시도스.
No, it increases also. When you dedicate for the enlightenment, it increases and it becomes inexhaustible.
가르치던 거는 아니 뭐제 배치던 거를. 그런 거는 사제 공부도 거를 가서 누가.
So why do you dedicate? In order to, so that it doesn't get exhausted. And for what purpose? For the purpose of achieving enlightenment.
So maybe increasing was the wrong word. So rejoicing actually creates merit. But dedication doesn't create.
Oh yeah, of course, great. Yeah, of course.
So then you have this endless loop of you dedicate merit, you direct it, and then you create merit, and then you have to.
Yeah, you create a lot of merit. Yeah.
It's like when Geshe says that you purify negative karma, you accumulate.
말하는 거 제도는 가서 손음 사기 말아. 손음 사지는 가서 뭐 셔거라. 다디 때는 거 가래 손음 사와티. 뒤 가서 뭐 모두는 다디 코 메세바기 팽겨라.
제가
뭐 제발한테는 양 손음 직사 그래.
서울 뭐와 저와다 가래 빼나 삼지도 산주 공부도 뭐와 시와나 삼지가 전에 그 와서 하는 거랬어. 나도 당부 그 와치 사이 말아. 대세미다 비던 건데 삼지가 전에 그 와서 하는 거랬어. 그 뭐와 전에 싸서 말아. 남들라도 소리는 거.
So like example, Geshe example, like if you say, I mean, you say you created one, you say you recited one mantra, and then you say I dedicate this, for enlightenment of all beings. Then you create a same amount of the mantra. I mean, like a merit of reciting the same amount of the mantra as many as all beings that you have dedicated for.
Just by dedicating, what about rejoicing in it? So instead of.
Yeah, just by dedicating. By dedicating, if you dedicate for that many number of beings, then you create that many number of merit also.
다 티가야 다 드린 거는 까와서 보셔 같은데 지야 쇼서 소속이 지나잖아. 야, 걔가 델야 쇼체서 하는 거로.
And then on top of that, it says, oh, this is very good that I did this today, and then you rejoice, on your own merit. Then that becomes even more, that increases even more.
다 드리 지사나 쳐맞지. 다 드리고 지사나 쳐서는 코들이 아니 코 잠티된 로샤나 코 지사는 걔가 도구면 왔어.
So if you didn't rejoice, you just say yes, you did good. But if you didn't think that, I did good, it was very good, I did that. If you didn't think that, if you didn't rejoice that, then you didn't increase merit. You had whatever merit you had before. That's all you have. But if you had and rejoiced, then you would have increased more.
And then after you rejoiced, you have to dedicate.
Yeah, you can do that. And not nothing like one by one never stop.
Be a
Like that.
smart practitioner. Like
Yeah, it's a good.
Compounding interest.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Then who wrote? Did I write? Yeah.
Yeah, I said that dedication has to do with one's own merit that's been accumulated, but rejoicing you can do your own merit and other merit.
아니 그래도 뭐 어쩌나?
어디 소소한 게 계산된 거 그랬어. 아니 다 제스 이런 자다 생기 교화다. 아니 교원이자로 제스 이런 자.
That's good thought. Okay.
But in the dedications prayers, we talk about the virtue of ourselves and the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. We dedicate all of that. Right. So it doesn't just have to be your own.
어디 생기 잔지스마 기사에 된 거는 거 좋았어.
란다 진지 뒤에서 기회 싸워나.
어디 라.
소치도 되면 달라되네서. 야. 야, 왜 이렇게 단단 간소요. 단다 always meet a great teacher something.
By Lama Zopa Rinpoche's dedication,
Yeah, but you dedicate.
through the power created by myself and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and all these things,
Yeah.
and then may all this
All through power, through
Yeah.
the other persons.
yeah. So you can dedicate.
Do the merit created
Yeah.
by myself, all sacred beings, Buddhas.
Yes.
No, I was thinking about rejoicing that, but I was thinking that's a different.
Okay, Bob, you.
Rejoicing, you got to be
Yes.
you can rejoice in something extremely negative too.
Yeah.
So
Do you write?
Yeah, so I said dedication is requesting that the merit ripen for a desired result. And then rejoicing is thinking that something is good. And the rejoicing doesn't have to be virtuous. It could be, you could be rejoicing that somebody was killed because you didn't like them. That would be very non-virtuous. But rejoicing is when you think this is good.
제수는 저보다 더 야보래 삼아들어서 더 야보래 삼아들이 인지면 야보고 말했어. 독자지라 야보래 더 야보래 삼아들 미신데.
Yeah, that's true.
그래서
Yeah.
마가서는 미지 시바이나 되나 어디 야보 총서 삼바이나 되네. 야 제수는 차거랬어.
Yeah, that's good. 제가 제사 그거 야부 라고 말다. 제사야라데 만으로 책을 맞지. 너로지는 뺏어가다.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So just like you said, you have to be careful when what you rejoice on.
제사 강도 ben나 마장한 로지. 근데 마군이 자게 오니까 되게 야부 총사질 삼나 빼드 벗어서도.
So like if someone if your country was in a war and then they won the war and they killed so many other people, then you say, oh, that's very good. Our country won and our armies, they killed other people so many like that. And if you think like that, then that's also rejoicing, right? You rejoice in their act and then you create the same negative karma as they do.
So I think rejoicing has a lot to do with the way you see, right? Because one other way to rejoice in a situation would be like, say the war ended, you could rejoice that there was peace.
Yes,
And that the killing was over.
that's right. Yeah, that would be good rejoicing, yeah.
Yes, but it's a lot about the way you see
Mm-hmm.
the situation, correct?
Yeah, so 따당 라래 그랬다.
Yeah. 제사 다 간지. What happened?
Oh, that was all we had for homework. That was
that's
it.
it.
No.
That's all I have.
Then we have
What we our conclusion? 뭐다?
제수야.
제사라니?
So how many possibilities?
I think there's 3
3?
for prayer and dedication. 3.
No. The rejoicing and dedication.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't actually do that in the, let's see, the dedication is rejoicing. Okay, so I would say 3 possibilities. No, only, because you can't have something that's a
Rejoicing,
dedication.
rejoicing about dedication, dedication and rejoicing.
Only
Okay,
3 possibilities.
think about that, okay?
There cannot be 2 possibilities. There can be only either 3 or 4.
I think 3.
Then 3. Yeah.
Think about it, okay? Think about it, okay? Okay.
Prayer and dedication, I came up with 3.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Prayer and
Now,
dedication, yes. But what about the prayer and dedication and rejoicing?
I think the same 3, we're not sure.
Hmm?
Have that time to think about it.
I think 3. I'll go for 3. Can't think of 4. Just dedication.
가르메,
only,
매한테 가르메서.
Just rejoicing and
So when we talk about the possibility, there can be either only 3 or 2. And then when we talk about the possibility, there has to be common locus. You know the common locus? Something that's both of them.
Yes.
Yeah. So either something is both, something is neither, something which is one or another, which is another or not one, like that. So 4 like that, right?
Yeah.
And but in the case of prayer and dedication, because if it's a dedication, it has to be prayer. So you can't find something that's a prayer and you can't find something that is dedication and not prayer.
Right.
So therefore, there can be only 3 possibilities.
Right.
But in the both 3 possibilities or 4 possibilities, there has to be a common locus.
So then I don't think you can do that comparison with dedication.
Exactly.
지세야나 얘기 뭐만 게 요스. 지세야나 얘기 뭐만 게.
지수는 뭐만 게. 니제가 같이 하래.
이제 얘기도 당도 라한테 이제 게서 소소 강사죠 교회 자원은.
fourth one, none of
그래서 나
Okay, I concur. I agree with that.
지수는 저번에 뭐 샤워대. 그때 뭐 맞지. 지수는 뭐라대.
Yes.
그때 이제로 차를 간지.
니제 간대 차이래.
간지 소소 들이 교회 사와 강 쌓여왔지. 아니 대 뭐왔지. 아니 대를 지선하지는 다 군인자 차는 걸 봤어.
So if you dedicate and then you rejoice over that then becomes both dedication and rejoicing.
No.
Huh?
No?
No, they're 2 separate.
So there's no possibility then among these 2. If there is a possibility, there has to be something that's both.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, then there's no possibility.
아,
무슨 무식으로 메사?
Wait a minute, the dedication and
You say 4, but there is something that's both of them.
Dedication and rejoicing.
Yeah.
You can celebrate while you're
I
dedicated.
totally think you
Huh?
can do the same.
나도 요 개완디 녀도 시에도 좀 뒤사람 거기도 요. 대 뭐래 봤어.
No.
So through this virtue,
Yeah.
may I become Buddha? Like that.
Yeah.
And is that a dedication?
Yes.
Through this
Yes,
virtue,
yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, what is?
And the Jisan Chagyo.
Can that become rejoicing also?
In your own virtue? Yeah, I guess, yeah, we have to be.
And in Jiang Xing do.
And so that can be both, right?
No, not that moment though.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah,
Or not at the same time. So can they mix?
Oh, it's good. Think about that
Because,
more.
you have
Okay.
to do two different things, right?
Yeah,
You have to do two different things. And just doing one thing
Yeah.
can be both. It's not possible.
Not possible.
Okay.
So there's no possibility then.
You have to be very careful, I think, I got a little crazy going on, rejoicing, looked here, there, and everywhere, but time is of the essence, so you just
I'm
skip
not
it.
convinced.
But you have to, be careful in your rejoicing, because
Yeah.
rejoicing in your own virtue, it's kinda like, boy, am I great, and that's not, you know.
You can do that.
No. Yeah, you can do that.
Go up and then pride.
So that's again
No
you have to find the difference between the arrogance and the rejoicing.
Yeah.
So rejoicing over your virtue, that's good thing. So you rejoicing over your virtue is, oh, that's good, I did that, oh, I should do that more, that's good thing I should do.
Right.
But it's just, oh, I'm so good, because I did that. Like that would be arrogance.
Yes, yes.
So you
Okay.
have to find difference.
Okay. And the Santag Tej short, Santag Tej, that to find the homework.
Okay, now the new homework,
Santag Tej.
the illustration of extreme of cycle existence.
Tej shot, Tej. Give an example for that.
신다기라.
Santa.
신다.
Well, that's
신다기라.
처음.
신다.
I trust
Yeah.
your,
Extreme of existence.
Give one example. Santag Tej.
아니?
Okay. Done? And
thank you.
Sandala try to the Karimbas. Radela Mutati Tipsi. And Shintala Goje Kares. Shintala Gobe Tapsi. Shintala Gobe Goje Chalarokar.
What seizes the extreme of peace? Does that make sense? What seizes the extreme of peace? Yeah.
What ends this?
Yeah, what ends the extreme of peace, or what seizes the extreme of peace?
Nimbo Shuji the Cartuchins.
And the know of the base, know of the path is know of the basis of the antidote class is, and it's mutually inclusive with what?
You have to read the book, okay?
Nyambuchogi shishe.
Nimbo Shuji Shedan, don't you Kares?
Yeah, the know of basis of the antidote class is inclusive, mutually inclusive with what?
Okay? There's some star. And the top charge is a bit of Kaimbas.
So what does it mean to be conjoined with the special method?
Okay. So you Buji method. Loganum Dojin Show, E. Dangarana, Madala Kanayata, Karo, Corvation goes, Penda Devil, Malin Javini, Shenezam. Shepherding the body, two dozen the John Bevin to the Chokamil. Tato the Jim going to charge show, Mimetivatation, Timitim, Umajama, Dogomali. Conscious messages on our topics are lost. Thank you. 5 minutes late.
Thank you.
5 minutes late.